Hey everyone, my name's Raymond Bottone. I'm the coach at MySalonManager. We are currently in Greece. We've got 7 hours to get to the recruitment presentation we're doing for Essex Hairdressers. Ready? Let's go. Sorry guys, I literally travelled miles and miles to get here today. I was on holiday and literally more or less just got off the plane before I got here. So feeling a little bit dazed, but nevertheless I will go on. So as I was kindly introduced, my name is Raymond. I run a salon in Brentwood and have done for 10 years. I am also a coach for MySalonManager, and we currently look after around 85 salons in the country, including Not Another Salon, John Frieda, and loads of other fantastic businesses of all shapes and sizes. So my conversation today was about recruitment. We've found that out of the 85 members, some salons, some of the biggest, some of the most creative, some of those that are in the limelight are struggling to get great stylists into their business. Some of those are recruiting for almost 6 months. Before I go further into that, we'll have a look at some of the facts. There are over 42,000 hairdressing salons in the country, including beauty and barbering. 95% of those businesses employ fewer than 10, with 70% employing fewer than 5. Hair salons generate £7.5 billion for the UK economy, and hair salons, barbershops and beauty salons are amongst the top 10 businesses to start off in the UK. I don't know if anyone can lend any kind of, you find that on your high street, like how many of the new businesses are now nail bars, salons, or maybe Prezzo? Loads of pizza restaurants and stuff going up. It seems to be the only kind of business that survives on the high street now. The challenge when talking to our members is that some salons are advertising for as much as 6 months. They're spending £80 a week trying to get stylists to engage with their salon, and it's very expensive. They're also struggling to get quality candidates as well. So as a salon, we've been fortunate to have great stylists apply, but actually I get a whole handful of people that aren't even hairdressers, like they're just looking for a job, and you go through the CVs and you're like, I'm spending so much money, I'm getting nothing. It's quite disappointing. So the problem is that if we don't grow our stylist numbers, our clientele numbers don't grow with it. It's impossible. Our top performers, maybe the salon owners themselves, will be busy 100% of the time, putting extra hours into the shop while struggling in their spare time to get stylists to work in their salon to take some of the load. So in some cases, salon turnover could decline. So in teams, that's 70% of the industry where they're employing fewer than 5. The salon owner, and I was this salon owner at one point, will actually be going home thinking, what if my other top performer leaves? What am I going to do? It's a hard thing. Emotionally, it can be draining and you can lose your passion a little bit, which I find that some of our salons do, and we get them back on track at MySalonManager. So we're also turning away new business, which is an absolute killer. We need to grow, and in order to grow, we need new stylists and new clients. And as Ken kindly pointed out, the cost of running a business is constantly going up, with the exception of business rates recently. Retail product is going up, rents are going up, everything goes up, but our numbers aren't. Our stylist numbers are actually going down. So my personal experience, I spent a day on my reception, and in one day I turned away 7 clients, colour clients. At number 3, I was like, oh my God, I'm losing so much money right now. It could have been £700 that I turned away in one day of new business. My turnover is struggling to grow. I could go home on a Saturday and I could actually say what I'd taken before I'd even got home without looking at any of my KPIs or my reports. It was just constantly the same figure, not growing, but everything else was going up. As I said earlier, I also felt very exposed. If my top performer leaves, how am I going to continue? And no one is applying for the position in my salon, despite my ads, despite my one Facebook post in the 6-month period. And this is when it hit me. We offer great commission periods as good salons. We offer great perks at my salon. We offer 5 days paid sick. You can nominate a partner or family member to get their hair done every 6 weeks for free, completely, excluding December, to eliminate discounts amongst friends. I don't know if any of you salon owners have the stylist coming to you, oh, my best mate's coming in, I want my hair done. And it's like, I don't know who they are, but yeah, have 30, have 20% off. It can't carry on. So we decided to just put in a strategy where we said, one person for free every 6 weeks. We're all different. That's worked for me, and it's eliminated the awkward conversation of let your friends all have a discount. Where it hit, as I said, is I'm offering a great commission. I'm offering these perks. And then I looked through all the job adverts for all the salons, but so was everyone else. Everybody else is offering great commission, great perks, great salon. What have I got differently? So I dug a little bit deeper. Are you all independent salons here tonight, just to double check? Awesome. So I started to look down the route of the franchises. Now, some of these franchises have dedicated HR departments where they're recruiting round the clock all the time, every waking hour. They're on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they're out and about, they're recruiting hard, smart. One of my favourite things was Rush's thing where they say, join the Rush revolution. You know, they're offering a career. Whereas as an independent salon, and as Ken said, with the costs going up, it can be difficult to offer some of these things, the training, all of the big things that these great companies offer. But this is what we're up against. And this hit me. Tony and Guy, fantastic company, to grow the best and most profitable and most creative hairdressing company on the planet. And the bit I loved was where people love to work and clients love to be. That was where it clicked. Tony and Guy's mission statement basically highlights that there's a connection between clients and stylists. And I do believe that certainly amongst the members that we look after, sometimes there's a separation between how hard we work to get new clients and how hard we work to get new stylists. And at the point of kind of looking into this, I was not working as hard at getting new stylists into my business as I was getting new clients into my business. Nowhere near it. I was just trying to appeal to new clients, but I can't accommodate them because I haven't got enough stylists. So it seems a bit backwards. So independent salons have to work twice as hard to attract these new stylists into their business because we are up against franchises that offer the world. Maybe when they get in, it's not. But in some cases, some stylists have gone on to become absolutely fantastic hairdressers within that company. But it's what they offer if you seize it. And I do believe that as independent salons, we have to work incredibly hard to attract these stylists to our businesses. Recruitment can be expensive, as I said earlier. And finding the right salon. Now, this is the most important thing. I get a call tomorrow. I've got one, actually. I need help. I need a new stylist in my salon ASAP. Sadly, it's not an overnight fix. It cannot be done. There's no, I need a stylist. It can happen the next day. It can take months. It can take years. Like salons in here that I'm aware of have spent years making their business culture attract great stylists. It takes forever. And I knew that at that point, if I wanted something to change, I needed to do something different. And, because if I keep doing the same thing in my recruitment, I'm not going to get anywhere. I'm not going to attract anything new to my business. And this is when I started to look into the journey. So the journey of a stylist would be the job advert, do you think? Yeah? So the job advert is the very first thing that they may see. So they might see it on Indeed. But once they've seen that advert, does it stop there? The website then goes to Instagram. My website will take users to our Instagram page where every day, if we can, we have a photo of a new hairdo and we try and do a story, so to share some of the team culture. Then they might hit the telephone if we're lucky. If we've impressed this stylist enough, they're going to hit the telephone. And this is a point where I find some salons fail, where their 16-year-old apprentice is answering the phone. Their 16-year-old apprentice is uploading on Instagram. 16-year-old apprentices, they're great. They're going to be the future of our salons. But should they be running our telephones and our Instagram accounts, where actually 14,000 people saw my Instagram account last week? You can't do it. You can't leave your apprentices in charge of these platforms. And if the telephone conversation with the receptionist is clear, it's concise, I've heard you're looking for a stylist. Yes, we are. Come in tomorrow. They're going to be in the door. It's going to be great. But every step of this flow has to be achieved, because otherwise, if they go from the job advert to Google, there are no photos of the salon. There is no client review. They're not going to find anything there. Maybe they go on the website. It's not been updated for 4 years. It's not the best. We're going to lose them there. We want to make sure there's a continual flow, so they pick up that phone, they ring the salon, and they come in for an interview. That's what we want. And there is a connection here, and I kind of gave a hint at it earlier. It's exactly the same for clients. So £10 off a cut and blow dry advert you've got running on Facebook or on Google Adverts. It's got the same sort of process. So exactly the same. Stylists and clients are exactly the same. So I needed to stop thinking as stylists and start thinking of them as clients in terms of my mindset and how hard I work to attract these new people to my business. Because these new people, these new stylists, are going to be the future of my business and the growth of my business. So our branding and our marketing are the key to hiring success. And that's the message here. If at any point you're not doing one of those things consistently to the best of your ability, sharing the culture and the standard of your work, then you might not attract the stylist that you want to grow your business. I don't personally think people want to work at a salon where they're just discounting. People want to work somewhere where they can say, this is where I work and I'm proud to be there. We're on the website, we've got Instagram, have you seen my work? It's passion, and that's what hairdressers are. They're passionate. And the best thing about all of these things, if you do them consistently, is they're completely free. Yes, if you want to spend maybe £2 a day on making sure that more people within a targeted audience see your hairdo that you've just done last week, spend the money. Don't spend loads. Maybe, like I said, £2 a week to get the message out there. Your haircuts. And the interesting thing is my personal experience. I recently interviewed 10 people in a week, and 8 of those people said, I loved your Instagram. I want to be able to colour hair like that. I want to join your team. And like for me, I was like, hang on a minute, this is mad. Did you not want to join me because of my amazing job advert that said I promised great commission and everything else? No, they just wanted to be a part of my business because they felt it in the Instagram, probably on the website. It's all there. As I said, these things are all free, and I really do advocate updating them on a regular basis as much as you can. Maybe on Facebook, not every hour, because you'll probably lose more followers than you gain. But really working hard to get the message out there. And the benefit isn't just with stylists, it's with clients. You have a new stylist, and then you get your new client level up to 20%, which is ideal for great growth. Now, this is another thing that I feel our industry talks. There's several people in here that I know. I've already had a chinwag with one of them. So it's great. Our industry talks, but in that, stylists talk as well. And some of the salons we work with, we've really helped improve their strategy in getting these stylists off the ground. No more can someone come in and we say, right, it's 10 o'clock, you've got a client booked in. We have to introduce these stylists to our businesses gradually as to get them into an induction, if you like, so they understand our business. We need to turn these stylists into super fans and not stylists that come in for a week and find out the culture of our business is completely different. We find that obviously just get the paperwork out of the way and done so we can focus on this stylist performing in the business, rather than letting the paperwork stagnate and we avoid it. Get everything signed, radius clauses, the full package, get it done, day one, gone. Focus on them. Mentoring to success is also very important. So rather than, as I said earlier, new stylist joins our business and they're just left to the chair. Here you go, there's your chair, have a great time. Every time when you're not at target, you'll be in my office and I'll give you a bit of a bollocking later. It's not very fair. So we need to mentor these people, these new stylists, to success, and apprentices, to make sure they're heading towards their target, they understand the culture, and they're growing as a stylist. The benefit of a great induction and someone that's working well with your business and understands your culture is that they're telling their friends. They're telling all the stylists they know, this salon is great, I love it. And all of a sudden that headache of recruitment, it kind of goes away because you're doing your Instagram, you've got recommendations going on. It's exactly the same as clients. You know, word of mouth spreads. It's the slowest, but it's the most effective method of recruitment and gaining new clients. Thank you so much. You've been a great audience. I apologise if I was a little bit shaky. As I said, I just got off that flight and it's my first time presenting to such a big group. So thank you so much. You've been a great audience. If you do have any experience with anything I've spoke about, I'd love to hear it. Like if you guys have got any questions as well, you're more than welcome. Any questions
from the floor on recruitment?
You've got one because you asked me. Go on. You said you might have a question. Where do you find them? So the big thing here was that it's not an overnight fix, and it's everything you do. But the most important, it's your branding, it's your marketing, it's the constant feed, you know, to get these new stylists and clients through your door. There is no kind of click your finger, I've got stylists applying.
Can you over-advertise? Put people off?
Can you over-advertise? I think if it's in your shop window for like 6 months and we desperately need stylists in the door, then yeah.
Dragging people off the street.
If you feel that you need to drag them off the street, then if it works, it works. But I think you need to update your adverts. You need to change things. You need to try things. Doing something is better than doing nothing. Maybe changing the titles a little bit instead of just hairdresser needed. Think about what you want to achieve as a salon. So if you're looking for passionate colourists, we're looking for passionate colourists. If you're looking for stylists that are going to take your salon to the awards, we're looking for creative hairdressers to join our team. These are our objectives. It's whatever your business is looking for is what you need to advertise to. Think about, as a salon owner, I sit down every 12 months and I say, right, where did we not perform? And my big thing 3 years ago was colour. And colour was at 35% of all business. It wasn't enough, and people were actually getting their hair cut less. So I focused on colour. Instagram, Google, the website, it screams hair colour. Colour business is now at 65% of all business. But I advertise for colourists, you see. So line your objectives, what you're looking for, with what you want to achieve. It all comes together, and it's that gradual feed. And I'm going off on one. So, I do talk a lot, sorry. Does anyone else have any questions or contributions? Go on, Spencer.
Okay, so my team is extremely small.
Yeah?
And some of the assistants that I've tried to grow organically, so they're my way, they're Spencer's way of how I want things done, etc.
Great.
To create more branding. That obviously doesn't always work. Apprentices lose interest, regardless of what you're doing.
Definitely.
The brand provider are doing as well, hand in hand. If you've just got, I want to say it very nicely, a stylist that's not so passionate, let's put it that way, about your salon ethos as what you are, how are you meant to spread that when that's not going in and out of your salon on a daily basis, it's just you? Because Instagram has only got so much that can tell the world.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. That's the hardest thing that personally I'm finding.
So sorry, you're talking about your existing staff, difficult to
saying like,
oh.
You're saying about saying, you've got the Raymond ethos and like your staff,
Yeah.
I'm just guessing this, you've got 4 at the moment and then you want to recruit another 2.
Yeah.
You've got them 4, apart from yourself, that are all taking that outside into the hairdressing industry. So oh my God, Sue, yeah, go work for him, it's amazing.
Yeah.
If you haven't already got,
How do you get there?
how do you get that ethos out of your salon door into the industry?
Good question. Very good question. So I think, if I think back to my personal experience, I've spent 5 years absolutely making an absolute up of my business, absolute mess, and it all started to take shape when, funny enough, the guy that you will see here normally, Simon, kind of grabbed me and was like, what are you doing? Like, you've got such a great opportunity, you've done these awards. My problem was I didn't have structure. I just did things in response. So for instance, like your price list, you've got, I don't know, full head of highlights, half head of highlights. You have a staff meeting, everyone's like, we need 3 foils and a root gloss on our price list, and we need this and we need that. And I just used to respond to everything like, yeah, and then occasionally ignoring things. Whereas now, when it started to work for me is when I structured everything. So I approached everyone in the same way. I put in a kind of like a client promise. So I said, these are the 6 things that I promise that my clientele will receive. And as stylists, this is what you will receive. And I guess, as I said, it's kind of coming back to, it's not the overnight fix. You know, if we could wake up tomorrow and click, my business is exactly, people receive it as I want them to hear it, it's impossible. It takes months, years to make every step, your business culture developed. It's a long process, but if you do it and you structure it and you do everything for a reason, it works. And people know what you want to achieve. And then they start, stylists, for example, they're smashing their targets and they want to go out there and get more. They want to enter awards. I had a guy join me a year ago in April, and he joined me, I just want to be busy. Fine, that's what you want to achieve. I'm not going to push photo shoots on you. 8 months after that, I want everything. I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. And it was through the mentoring process that I mentioned through there, these kind of little things that I've mentioned. Mentoring, sitting down with him on a weekly basis, because he's not at target. We need to chat about his rebookings, his new client levels, maybe little things that I've overheard in the salon, things that he wants to talk to me about. We chat and it's an open conversation. How can I help you as a salon owner? How can the salon help you? And also, what do we want back? Yeah. So my biggest thing is performance reviewing, sitting down with the team, exchanging ideas and being open to pushing forward.
Sorry,
Go on.
I was in your position and I realised what I think you're trying to say is you can't do it on your own. I had to spend money to get advice. I thought my way was the right way. Why can't you just do what I do? I don't get you guys, because I thought my way was the right way because it worked for me.
Yeah, definitely.
It did work for me, and
Yeah.
it still does. But I realise now, only with outside help and having to spend money on outside help, that I actually got mentored myself.
Yeah.
No one ever told me anything.
Yeah.
I had to spend the money for the likes of you guys coming in and advising me
Yeah.
how to be compassionate with others,
Yeah.
and not just expecting them to be me, because I just wanted to clone myself so that I could have someone else in my shop.
Yeah.
I always think that
I think-
I do the right thing.
And there's
That's my view.
and there's a really valid point there that obviously, so you've sought outside help, but
Yeah. I had to
we-
in the end, 'cause I
yeah.
was just like hitting my head against the wall thinking, for God's sake, I
Why are you
can't
not
get
getting
anyone
the results
gets
that you
me,
want?
and
Yeah.
I'm not expanding. and-
So, but the great thing there is we often find that even as my salon manager, we have people that will join us, kind of like a gym in January. Everyone sort of eats too much at Christmas and says, you know, I need to go to the gym for the next 2 months. They join, past February, no more, they don't. And I guess you're taking that advice, you're going to the gym and you're actually using it. If you don't, it's as good at a consultancy and people join, you know, what you're doing is only as good as you. Like if you don't want to put the work in and follow things up, it's actually no good. And we'd say, look, don't bother about it. But it can become very valuable when you actually want to do it and you really stay structured and you stick to your guns and you grow your business. There's no use trying something once and then saying it didn't work. You've got to keep going and you've got to make it everyday practice. Cool. But thank you so much. Awesome. Does anyone else have any experience they want to share with recruitment or anything at all?
I think one of the things that I would say, how much time are you spending actually cutting hair?
A lot.
And some of the things that these two people are talking about is taking time out to spend time with your team, because it's quite often you're screaming from the back of a chair the things that they're not doing.
And that's
So-
the issue, that was the point. I've got a team to talk to, this is what I'm saying. So the structure, what I was trying to say, the structure that we spoke about is in place, like the examples that you use. Oh yeah, actually we do that. To be fair, it's, well, I've never experienced so much paperwork, but I'm trying to do it by the book, etc. But it's, how can I get one member of team without having a member of team? Do you see the frustration of how do you get the ethos out there? And the research that I've done is going out and talking to people in the industry. Everyone's unhappy mostly the people that spoke to are unhappy in the salons they are, but they find it uncomfortable to move up a notch into a salon that does more. They're a bit scared, they're a bit like, oof, I don't want to change. I think that's where the difficulty is. It's, you know, kind of drawing them in, but obviously you can't because there's no examples, it's just me.
Yeah.
I had to start from scratch. I literally had to take school leavers on, and they're still with me.
That's great.
But it was because of advice that I had to get, definitely.
I think like what Ken was saying, like working, I said it a moment ago to you, setting the time to work on your business, not in, would be really valuable for you. Like, what is the future of Spencer Lynch hairdressing? Like, how are you going to get there and working it out? Work it out. I did it. I'm sure Ken did it at some point. You have to work it out. You know, I grew my business on the back of recession when everyone's whacking out 50% off colour, closing their businesses. I grew in that, and it was absolutely mind-blowing. But you work it out. And I think, as I said, Spencer, like spending time working in your business would really help develop, to get a better perspective of where next to you. You know you've got to get a stylist. How are you going to do it? And like I said, if you keep doing what you're doing now, how can you expect anything to change? Switch it up, try new things. If you fail, doing something's better than nothing. All right, thank you so much, everyone. I'll just make sure there's no more questions or contributions. No? Thank you so much. You've been a great audience. It's been lovely speaking. Thank you so much, Ken.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.